Most people assume avoidant attachment starts because of extreme experiences, but avoidant attachment usually develops through repeated emotional mismatches, not one big dramatic moment. When a girl is loved in practical ways, but her emotional needs are not met with warmth, patience, and safety, she slowly learns one powerful lesson. Emotions are something she has to handle alone. Care may exist, but not always when she needs it most. Attention may come, but not when she is emotionally reaching out. Love may be there, but it may not feel accessible during stress. So the girl adapts by minimizing expression and reducing dependency. This is not emotional coldness, it is emotional efficiency. She becomes easier, quieter, less demanding. She stops explaining too much. She stops asking for reassurance. She stops showing how deeply something affected her. And because this behavior is often rewarded, the pattern deepens. People call her mature. People say she is strong. People say she does not need much. But deep inside, she has simply learned that needing too much creates distance. Years later, that same girl values independence, struggles with emotional closeness, pulls away when things get intense, and feels overwhelmed when someone wants too much intimacy from her. The roots were never dramatic, they were repeated. And the reason why these roots are repeated rather than dramatic is because her nervous system is constantly learning from patterns, not from single events. One moment of being ignored does not create avoidance, but hundreds of moments where her emotional reaching is met with discomfort, distraction, criticism, coldness, delayed replies, or emotional shutdown teach her nervous system a clear lesson. Reaching itself is the problem. Not because the other person is always cruel, not because love is completely absent, but because the emotional pattern becomes consistent enough that her heart adapts by learning not to reach at all. Here's what most people do not understand about how avoidance forms in a girl. She is not looking for perfection, she is looking for emotional safety she can predict. When she reaches out for comfort and sometimes gets warmth, sometimes gets silence, sometimes gets jokes, sometimes gets irritation, sometimes gets "you're overthinking," and sometimes gets distance, her nervous system cannot find a reliable pattern in reaching out leads to comfort. So it finds a different pattern that is reliable. Not reaching out means I stay controlled, and the connection does not become worse. This is a brilliant adaptation by her emotional system. It is solving the problem of unpredictable emotional availability by simply reducing the need for that availability. The girl learns to manage her own emotional states, to minimize her needs, to present an easier version of herself, a version that does not require too much from someone who seems more comfortable when she is calm, quiet, and low maintenance. And here is the heartbreaking part. This adaptation works beautifully at first. She becomes the girl who does not complain much, the girl who handles things alone, the girl who says it's okay even when it is not okay, the girl who stops asking for reassurance because she already expects not to get it. People may praise this, they may see it as maturity, strength, or independence. But what started as protection slowly becomes identity. I'm the person who doesn't need much. I'm independent. I handle things myself. This identity carries into love, closeness, and emotional connection, where it becomes a barrier to the very intimacy she secretly wants, but no longer knows how to receive. In this video, we'll talk about how avoidant attachment starts in your girl through subtle emotional patterns rather than dramatic events, and what this means for understanding why she becomes distant, quiet, independent, or emotionally hard to reach. Number 1. The girl learns emotions create distance. The key moment that teaches avoidance is not always someone leaving. It is when the girl reaches out during emotional distress and the response creates subtle distance instead of connection. Maybe she is upset, maybe she is scared, maybe she is overthinking, maybe she feels ignored, Maybe she simply needs comfort. She comes emotionally closer, but instead of receiving calm presence, she gets distraction. Don't think too much. You're being dramatic. Why are you making this a big issue? Nothing happened. Relax. From your side, these responses may seem normal. You may think you are calming her down. You may think you are being logical. But what her nervous system learns is something very different. When I show big feelings, he moves away. When I express pain, he gets uncomfortable. When I need reassurance, I become too much. So slowly, the reaching itself becomes associated with losing connection rather than gaining it. And once a girl learns that emotional expression creates distance, she starts controlling her emotions before they ever reach you. She may still feel deeply, but she stops showing it. She may still care, but she stops asking. She may still need comfort, but she convinces herself not to need it. So from now on, when your girl comes to you emotionally distressed, resist the urge to distract, minimize, defend, or delay. Do not immediately turn the feeling into a debate. Do not try to prove that she should not feel that way. Do not disappear until she becomes calm. Instead, move toward her emotionally. Be present. Listen. Let her feel that her emotions do not push you away. You might simply say, I can see this really affected you. I'm here. Tell me what you felt. Then stay calm. Stay close. Do not rush to fix the feeling. Do not make her feel childish for needing reassurance. This teaches her nervous system the opposite lesson. When I show big feelings, he comes closer, not farther. That pattern repeated again and again teaches safety instead of avoidance. Because the girl learns that emotional expression brings connection, not distance. Number 2, self-soothing is expected too early. Self-soothing is healthy, but only when a girl already feels safe enough to ask for comfort. What creates avoidant patterns is when she is expected to calm herself before she has ever been emotionally held properly. She is upset, and instead of comfort, she hears, "You should be strong. You can handle this. Why do you always need reassurance? You don't need me for everything." You may think you are teaching her independence, but what she learns is that comfort from others is not reliably available. So she develops emotional self-control, not from security, but from necessity. She learns to calm herself because nobody else stays long enough to help her calm down. She learns to go silent because silence feels safer than asking again. She learns to stop explaining because explaining starts feeling humiliating. Imagine trying to learn how to swim by being thrown into deep water and then being praised every time you manage not to drown. Yes, you may learn to survive, but you also learn fear. You learn self-reliance from pressure, not peace. That is what happens when a girl is pushed to self-soothe too early. She learns, I feel safest when I don't need anyone. Not because she truly does not need anyone, but because needing someone has felt unreliable, uncomfortable, or discouraged. Phrases like, "You're okay," when she is clearly not okay. "You don't need help," when she is struggling. "You're so independent," when she is actually emotionally alone. All send the same message. Your job is to not need much. Independence is not just encouraged, it becomes required for approval. So the change is simple but powerful. Offer emotional support before expecting emotional control. When your girl is upset, become calm instead of becoming defensive. Become steady instead of disappearing. Be the safe place first. Your patience, your tone, your presence, your willingness to understand, all of this teaches her nervous system how to regulate. After enough experiences of being emotionally supported, she will naturally become more secure. But if you skip support and expect her to handle everything alone, you are not teaching strength, you are teaching isolation. A better message is not, "You didn't even need me." A better message is, "You were really upset and you let me be there with you." That means a lot. Because now she learns that needing comfort does not make her weak, it makes connection possible. Number 3. Love is present but not accessible during stress. This is one of the most confusing patterns for a girl. She may know she is loved. You may text her. You may spend time with her. You may give gifts. You may say nice things. You may be present when everything is calm. But when she is emotionally overwhelmed, suddenly you become unreachable. Maybe you are physically there, but emotionally shut down. Maybe you listen, but with irritation. Maybe you try to help, but your discomfort is so obvious that she feels guilty for having emotions. Maybe you are loving when she is happy, but distant when she is messy. Whatever the pattern is, she learns something painful. Love exists, but not reliably when I need it most. So she stops bringing her worst moments to you. She only brings the edited version. The calm version, the acceptable version, the version that does not scare you away. And this is how avoidance grows inside her, not because she does not care, but because she learns that care is safer from a distance. So when you notice yourself withdrawing during her emotional intensity, remember this. That is the exact moment she needs you most. Not after she becomes calm, not after she stops crying, not after she explains perfectly. Right there in the middle of the mess. That is where secure connection is built. When she is at her most emotionally unfiltered and you still show up with steadiness. If big emotions make you uncomfortable, work on your own ability to stay present. Because your girl does not need you to be perfect. She needs to feel that your love does not disappear when she becomes difficult to understand. She needs to learn, love is most reliable when I need it most. Not, love disappears when I become too much. Number 4. The girl learns to be low maintenance. A girl can become extremely adaptive. She reads your mood. She notices what makes you relaxed. She notices what makes you irritated. She notices when you respond warmly and when you pull away. And if she sees that you are calmer when she does not need much, she adapts. She becomes low maintenance. She stops asking too many questions. She stops requesting emotional reassurance. She stops saying when something hurts her. She stops bringing up problems. She becomes the easy girl, the one who says, "It's fine, don't worry, I understand, I'm okay." But sometimes "I'm okay" does not mean she is okay. It means she has learned that being honest will cost her connection. People often feel grateful for a low-maintenance girl. They say, "She doesn't create drama. She understands everything. She never asks for much." But what they do not realize is that she may not naturally need less. She may have learned that needing less is the price of being loved peacefully. So here is where you start. If your girl seems extremely easy, emotionally quiet and mature beyond normal limits, do not just enjoy it, get curious. Is she truly calm, or has she learned that calmness keeps the connection safe? Notice yourself. Are you warmer when she is independent? Are you more loving when she does not ask questions? Are you more relaxed when she hides her emotions? If yes, reverse the pattern consciously. Give more warmth when she opens up. Give more attention when she shares pain. Give more approval when she asks for help. Say, "I'm glad you told me this." I like when you share what you really feel. You don't have to handle this alone. This teaches her that all of her is welcome. Not just the easy version, not just the quiet version, not just the low maintenance version. Number 5. Emotional expression is replaced by competence. Instead of learning, "I matter because I exist and my feelings are valid," the girl learns, "I matter because of what I do." When people respond more positively to her achievements, beauty, helpfulness, loyalty, patience, or performance than to her emotional needs, she learns to trade emotional expression for competence. Instead of saying, "I'm hurt," she becomes more useful. Instead of saying, "I feel insecure," she tries to look more confident. Instead of saying, "I need reassurance," she becomes quieter. Instead of asking for comfort, she becomes the girl who acts like she has everything under control. The message inside her becomes, I am valued for what I provide, not what I feel. This creates a girl who may look strong from the outside. She may be responsible, she may be successful, she may look emotionally controlled, she may never seem needy, but inside, she may feel unseen. Because everyone loves what she does, but very few people make space for what she feels. It is like being in a place where people only notice you when you produce results, but never ask how your heart is doing. Eventually, you learn your value is tied to output, not emotion. A girl with this pattern may become the one who always understands, always adjusts, always gives space, always manages herself. But underneath, she feels lonely, because nobody sees the emotional human beneath the capable image. So when your girl does something good, appreciate it, but do not only love her through performance. Ask about her inner world. Ask, how did that feel for you? What has been heavy on your heart lately? What are you not saying because you think it will bother me? And when she shares something vulnerable, respond with the same warmth you would give to her best achievement. Say, I'm really glad you trusted me with this. Let's figure it out together. You matter to me even when you're not strong. That teaches her that she is valued for who she is, not just what she handles. Number 6. The girl learns to observe instead of express. A girl developing avoidant patterns becomes very good at reading the room. She notices your tone, your face, your reply speed, your energy, your silence. She senses when emotions are welcome and when they are not. She learns which feelings you can handle and which ones make you uncomfortable. So instead of expressing needs directly, she starts calculating. Is this a good time to say this? Will he get annoyed? Will this start a fight? Will I look needy? Will he pull away? This emotional calculation becomes exhausting, and it prevents real closeness because she's no longer simply expressing, she's managing the environment, she's editing herself before you even hear her truth. If your girl apologizes before expressing feelings, if she only brings up issues when you seem in a good mood, if she says leave it when she actually wants to talk, if she watches your reaction more than she expresses her own heart, that is a sign she does not fully feel safe being emotionally direct. So you need to become more consistently available. Tell her, you can tell me even when I seem busy. You don't have to wait for the perfect mood. Your feelings matter to me. But then follow through, because words alone do not teach safety. Patterns do. If she opens up at an inconvenient time and you still respond with care, her nervous system begins to relax. She learns she does not have to manage the entire emotional environment before being honest. She can simply be real. Number 7. Comfort comes after the feeling stops. This pattern is subtle but powerful. Your girl is upset, she is emotional, she is trying to express something, but you wait. Maybe you are uncomfortable. Maybe you think she should calm down first. Maybe you only become warm again once she stops being emotional. So the pattern becomes clear. Distance during the storm, comfort after she becomes calm. And the lesson her nervous system learns is painful. Connection comes after I shut my feelings off, not while I'm feeling them. So she learns to disconnect from emotions first, then reconnect after. She goes quiet, she takes space, she handles it alone. Then later, when she looks calm, she returns. And you may think everything is fine, but actually, she has just learned that closeness is only available after emotional suppression. This is exactly what avoidant behavior looks like later. She cannot be vulnerable in real time. She cannot share distress while it is happening. She can only reconnect after she has handled everything privately. She presents herself as calm because her nervous system learned that calmness is the price of closeness. So when your girl is upset, do not wait for her to become perfectly calm before you become kind. Move toward her while she is still in it. Not aggressively, not with pressure, but with steady presence. Say, I'm here. We don't have to solve it right now. I'm not leaving just because this is emotional. That message matters because you are teaching her connection is available during distress, not only after it. After enough experiences of you being available during emotional storms, she learns a healthier pattern. When I'm overwhelmed, connection can help. I can reach while I'm upset. I don't have to shut down first and reconnect later. That is how avoidance begins to soften. Number 8. Emotional containment is modeled as strength. A girl learns more from patterns than words. If everyone around her acts like emotions are weakness, she learns to hide them. If people only respect her when she's calm, controlled, and independent, she learns that emotional containment is the goal. She may hear, "You can talk to me," but if every time she talks, the energy changes, she learns not to talk. She may hear, "It's okay to need support," but if support feels uncomfortable or inconsistent, she learns not to need it. She may hear, "Be yourself," but if her emotional self is treated like too much, she learns to become a controlled version of herself. This modeling is powerful because she begins to believe strong people do not need emotional support. Capable people handle everything alone. Needing reassurance is weakness. Crying is embarrassing. Asking for comfort is too much. So she becomes emotionally contained, not because she has no feelings, but because she has learned to protect those feelings from disappointment. The healing starts when she sees a different model, a model where closeness does not punish vulnerability, a model where support is normal, a model where emotions are not treated like a problem to fix, but a human experience to understand. So show her that emotional honesty is safe. You can say, "I had a hard day, but talking calmly helps me feel better. I don't want to shut down, I want to understand you. I'm learning how to stay present when emotions are intense." This does not mean becoming weak, it means becoming emotionally available, because avoidant attachment in your girl does not soften through pressure, it softens through repeated safety. Not one big apology, not one emotional conversation, not one perfect moment, repeated safety. Again and again. When she reaches, you stay. When she expresses, you listen. When she gets overwhelmed, you do not disappear. When she becomes quiet, you do not punish her silence. When she needs reassurance, you do not shame the need. That is how her nervous system slowly learns a new lesson. I do not have to be alone with everything. I do not have to be easy to be loved. I do not have to shut down to stay safe. And that is where avoidant attachment begins to change.